everybody, I am back with another video, and before I get started with this review here, I want to say thanks for stopping by. And if this is your first time here, if you haven't done so already, make sure you do the right thing and hit the subscribe button below. And if you enjoyed the video, then give your girl a thumbs up. Alright, so let's get it. I have this royal blue box here. It has the Dunk versus AF1 text on the top lid, and AF1 stands for Air Force One, and it's in white with a glossy finish to it. And there's also a orange swoosh that overlays on the top row, and then the Undefeated 5 strikes logo in black on the bottom row. So this is a collaboration between Undefeated and Nike, so there's some co-branding there, as well as this side here. So let's take a look inside. This is the Undefeated Nike Dunk Low collaboration in the Canteen colorway, and these may look very familiar to you, and that's because in 2006, Undefeated and Nike collaborated to design the InsideOut Canteen Air Force Ones. So 15 years later, for the anniversary, they took that colorway and applied it to these dunks here. So very similar color swatches, similar patterns. The major difference between those shoes and these shoes, obviously besides the silhouette, is that the heel, that pair had some nubuck or some suede, whereas this pair is made out of leather. There's also no imprint on the midsole, but instead there is the Undefeated logo embroidered on the lateral side in white. And so during the same time that this pair dropped, there were also some Air Force Ones that released as well. That's why the box is Dunks versus Air Force Ones. And so those Air Force Ones use the ballistic colorway that was adapted from the 2003 or the 2012 pair of Dunks. So I thought that was really cool. So I hit on these on the Undefeated website, and I think that was the only place you could buy them from. So let's go to some details. For the upper of the shoe, there's a lot of different materials being used, so it gives the shoe a lot of texture, and I like how they use different shades of brown to give the shoe a lot of dimension. For the toe cap and eye stays, is made out of a knit fabric in cream and brown, and then for the toe box and quarter panel behind the swoosh is made out of a tough canvas material in brown, and I think it was inspired by the canvas canteen pouches in the military, so it feels very rough and very durable. And also at the forefront of the shoes, there's leather piping around the overlays. For the swoosh that's on the lateral as well as the medial side is made out of tumbled leather in a lemon frost color, so it gives the shoe a lot of pop. Moving towards the back of the shoe, the heel and the collar, as I mentioned earlier, is made out of a really smooth leather, and it's in a light shade of brown. Also on the back of the shoe is a suede heel tab, and it has the Nike text imprinted on in white. And embroidered on the lateral side of the heel is the Undefeated 5 strikes logo in white. So let's take a look at the right shoe. Here we have the right shoe, and tucked inside the right shoe are the extra set of laces. And so this pair comes with 2 sets of laces, and already pre-laced on are the cotton flat light brown laces. And then the alternate set is in that lemon frost color, just like the swooshes. And so if you want to switch it up and swap them out, you can. I personally like the pair that's already pre-laced on. It's a lot more subtle, but if you want that pop of color, you can definitely go for the yellow. Or if you want to try something different, try like an off-white sail color for the laces, that might work as well. For the tongue of the shoe is made out of a woven nylon, and for the tongue tag it's in a light shade of brown, and the 5 strikes logo is embroidered on in a darker shade of brown. For the inside of the shoe, the lining is in that same light shade of brown that we saw throughout, and same thing goes for the insole, and imprinted on the insole is the same co-branding that we saw for the lid of the box, except for the Five Strikes logo where it's in orange instead of black. One thing I find really interesting but very subtle is that for the inside of the tongue, the lining is made out of a synthetic leather and it's really soft. And so usually it's made out of a nylon or just a fabric, but this one is really interesting. For the midsole of the shoes, it's in off-white, and as I mentioned earlier, there's no imprint or text on the shoe like how it was for the Air Forces, so it's just completely blank. And then for the outsole of the shoes, you see the classic Dunks outsole silhouette, and it's in one solid brown color, and the Nike with the swoosh is embossed. Regarding quality on these shoes, I think the materials they used were really good. I'm a fan of how they used leather back here instead of the nubuck or the suede that they did for the Air Force Ones, and the leather feels really nice in hand. But I think quality control could improve, like there was a little bit of glue exposure and it was kind of dirty. I could easily clean it off, it's just annoying, right? And so let me know in the comments what you think about these Dunks. Do you prefer the Dunks over the Air Forces in general? And with this drop, do you like the colorway? I personally think that the ballistic colorway looks really cool, so if they applied it to the Dunk lows, it would have been super dope. There's a few releases between Undefeated and Nike that's gonna drop soon. There's a blue and purple pair with some snakeskin. There's also leaks of a all black pair with a really icy outsole. So let me know in the comments what you think, and if you ever get your hands on these or your feet in them, make sure you go to the size, and thanks for tuning in.